this is Palmonia. Welcome to Shift. Today, I have more of a question for you. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to get you to your dreams, your goals, wherever you're destined or designed to be? I want to talk to you today about choice. Choice is the voluntary act of doing that which is preferred. Are you willing to make the choice to be who you're meant to be? Hi, I'm your host, Palmonia. Today, I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Shift. S.H.I.F.T. Shift is something that is simply designed to help individuals find their true purpose. We want to find our purpose through our talents, our truth, or stories, and just us being together to be able to share. I went through this situation and this is how I managed to survive. So with that, are you willing? This may allow you to find out a little bit more about me. I grew up in Kingston, Jamaica, and when I was 1 year old, my dad stole me from my mom. By the time I'm 12 years old, I was abused by family members, my stepmom family. And it brought me to a place where I didn't want anything to do with men. I grew up hating men, so to speak, because I couldn't understand why I wasn't protected. There was even one particular incident where I thought my brother should have defended me and he didn't. And it wasn't until I got to start looking at my life, I understand, oh, that's what happened. He didn't defend me. So I grew up with a lot of hurt and anger towards him. I managed to leave Jamaica and I came to Canada because I was willing. And that's what I want you to know. Situation happened to us that we have no control over. I didn't have control over those men violating me. I didn't have control over my dad taking me away from my mom because he was afraid he didn't want me to get immunization or whatever the story was. I still don't know to today what the true story is. And guess what? I don't really care. What I care about is what I have control over. My choices. What am I going to choose to do to move me beyond that? What am I going to choose to do that's going to ensure that that never happens to my daughter? See that? That's what choice is. What would I prefer to have? The voluntary act of doing that which is preferred. I managed to leave Jamaica and I came to Canada. Went to the US first and then I came here because my sister was here. Her brother had died and she was alone and she needed company. So I came here. And I saw this place. I used to work and I saw this place and I'm like, whatever that place, I think I want to work there. I didn't know what it was. I also didn't know that I needed to be a citizen in order to work there. I sent in an application and I guess they were willing. I got the job, but I talk about on a previous episode about order in your life. And that was an ordering process. I asked to work at that place and I got it, even though at the time I didn't necessarily have the right documentation. I had the document. I was legal to work in the country, but the standard was you had to be a citizen and I wasn't, but it didn't matter. I ordered it and I got it. So you may want to check out that episode. So I was willing and I was willing to do and to make new choices, better choices. Are you willing to make new choices, better choices? What's one choice that you can make today? What's one thing that you can do that will move you to that goal? Is it a goal for your health? A few years ago, I went to get a body assessment done. And it turns out that I was actually suffering from dehydration. I wasn't taking in enough water into my system. So I needed to drink more water. So in order to do that, I had to choose. I had to have 2 bottles of water first thing every morning. I made sure at night I put 2 bottles in my bathroom. So when I get up at 4 a.m. and I go in the bathroom, I can take those and I can actually drink them. And then before I ate every meal, I had to have a bottle of water. I had somebody structured my eating pattern because that was the biggest challenge. Having been a letter carrier male person for 23 years, I had breakfast and then I worked throughout the day and then I went home and then I ate. So I didn't have a proper eating structure. So I had to get a schedule. Eat breakfast between this time, have a water, eat breakfast. Have a snack this time, have the snack, drink a water. So I had to get that. If that's what you need, go out and get it. The question is, are you willing to do it? You see, whatever the choices have that we need to make, no one can do it for you. I can suggest. I can talk about how it's impacted me. I can talk about the good results that I've had. But if you don't do it, you can't get the same result. And here's the deal. I want you to have the same results or better than what I'm having because you're capable. It's possible for you just as how it's possible for me. So back to making choices. Even though I didn't really like men, as a girl, it's just a natural thing. Okay, get married, have kids, have a husband. So I actually did it the wrong way. I got pregnant while in church and then, we married the guy. So it was kind of going backwards in trying to make it work. We got a divorce. He came to me, said he was thought it was God's will for us to be together. And we remarried. But then I realized I was losing a part of me. In fact, I remember my son the day when he said, "Mom, are you smiling?" And I go, "Yes." And he said, "It's been a long time since I've seen you smile." And I thought, what? So that brought me to a big choice. Do I choose to stay where I am so my kids can have their dad? Because what had been happening to me during this process, got diagnosed with depression. $110 for 30 pills. So here's my choice. Do I want to give my son his mom? Or do I want to be alive and be a healthy woman who will probably be a better healthy mom than the one he's seeing? Because to watch your mom and realize that they're not smiling, it must means that it's creating something that's not healthy for this child as well. So I had to choose. Choice. Easy to do, easy not to do. That is actually spoken in one of my favorite books. It's The Slight Edge. I read a lot. I like to find out who has done it, what has worked, and if possible, to implement them in my life because it makes a difference. So as we go through the process of shifting, which is what the program is called, to shift is to make a choice. To shift is if you're uncomfortable where you are, to say, I need to move. And sometimes you have to shift to preserve life. Because if you stay where you are, it's a guaranteed death. I felt like that when I was at the post office. People couldn't understand how I could walk away after 23 years and leave the pension And I could tell them very easily because I was walking away alive. And if you've never been there, it won't make sense. The benefits, the pay, all that's great. But in your mind, to not know who you are, to not have peace, to not have joy, to not wake up and want to go there, it's not good. So what's the choice that you have to make today? A choice for your health, a choice for your finance, a choice for your business, a choice for your relationship, a choice in your spirituality, a choice in just being the best you. One of my tough choices that I have had to do since 2015, and I do it now every day. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, I love you. The first time I did that, I felt like somebody punched me in the gut, like, oh my God. That was like the scariest feeling ever. I did it at night because I had gone away for a session, and I got up the next morning, I did, and I felt it again. But since 2015 till today, that's a part of my affirmation where I look at you, I look at me, and I say, I love you. Because the biggest choice I've had to make was to love me. Because if I didn't love me and understand who I am and what I'm worth, and even though I'm not sure where I'm going, but because I know that I'm Palmonia, it allows me to make different choices. It allows me to choose my conversation. It allows me to choose my surrounding. It allows me to choose my association. And you can too. So what if you've made bad, poor, whatever kind of choices your entire life? Today, you can shift. You can shift to a place where now, okay, I will make better choices. Today, I will shift into a new space, into the new me, into the real you. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, go to my website, spelled just like my name, palmoniagordon.com. Sign up, get the email, get the free download. Let me know how I can serve you. Let me know how I can help you shift and keep you shifting. And remember, to shift is like the hand on the clock. You have the hour hand, the minute hand, and the second hand. But the second hand does this 60 times. And then after it does that, the minute hand does this only once. So you may have to do 60 tiny moves before you get one move that may be slightly visible to somebody else. But if you keep doing that, this eventually 60 times becomes an hour. And then you're on your way to growth. It's like a train that it starts off really slow, but then you start to pick up speed and you gain momentum. And as your life starts to change and as you start to transform, and you're going to one day look back and like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I made those choices. I'm your girl, Palmonia. Hashtag the acronym lady. Sorry, I didn't give you the acronym for choice. I'll leave that for another time. But I love you. I want you to love you. I want you to know that you're special. And the best gift that you can give to any of us, that you can give to the world, is to make better choices. to choose to live, to choose to believe, to choose to step into your greatness. I love you. Come back tomorrow. Share this broadcast, share the website, and come back for more. God bless you. Bye.